Okay, now we're going to talk about the procedures of these restorations, partial coverage restorations. The procedures are very similar to crowns. Okay, the area of change is the contact with the sound area of the tooth, not the non-sound. So wherever we're preparing on the sides, we will have the same morphology of the finish lines. Okay, depending on our material. So suppose this is a molar and we're preparing, this is the side we're preparing. Okay, this is suppose the lingual side, we're keeping the buccal side intact, but we have on the lingual surface we have, this is the buccal intact, but in the lingual we have problems. So I'll do my axial reduction similar to a single crown. I'm going to do it as a chamfer. Okay, I'm going to do it as a chamfer all around. Wherever I have a functional bevel, I'm going to place it. Wherever I have occlusal reductions, I'm going to put them. So it's I have the chamfer, I have the functional bevel, and I have the occlusal reduction. These, suppose I'm doing this molar, I'm leaving these intact. The difference between the crown preparation and the partial coverage crowns is what do I use for resistance. Now if I'm looking at the proximal, this is the lingual surface, so it's a regular axial reduction chamfer preparation going around up to the point where I'm stopping, so it goes around and to the proximal surface here and the proximal surface here. If I want to look at the proximal surface itself, suppose this is the molar. Once more, I prepared this with a functional bevel, I made my axial reduction, I made my chamfer. This is the regular crown, the half that I'm leaving. Okay, this is the half of the crown that is intact. Okay, this is the prepared part. So I have my chamfer, and then I rotate with my chamfer all around. Okay, the difference between the preparations is what I add for retention, for resistance. It aids a bit more retention because it increases the surface area, but the resistance is the most important reason why I need it. First of all, if this was the contact area, we know teeth contact each other, my preparation should not stop inside the contact area. Okay, it should be either before or after. But if I make it before, it's a shallow preparation and this will not work well unless it's a veneer bonded to enamel. Why? Because veneer is bonded to enamel. We have a good predictable bond between our material, restorative material, and enamel. Enamel is predictable. But if I need to go into dentine, it is not predictable. Okay, even if it's resin cemented. The problem with dentine, it's permeable. You have internal fluids, you have external fluids. Okay, if my preparation reaches into dentine, I have to go for partial coverage crowns to be more conservative. I could not place a veneer. Yes. If you're still in enamel, yeah, it's a veneer. Yes. This is the difference between partial coverage crowns and veneers. الفينيرز bond to enamel. Partial coverage crowns bond to dentine. Okay, so we understand that difference. So once we have gone into a dentine, we have to do it as a partial coverage. Even in anterior teeth, if you're going to do, suppose we're doing an anterior tooth. Okay, this is an anterior teeth with a veneer on it. If I'm still in the enamel layer, I call it a veneer. But if my preparation into veneer, I had caries here and caries there and wherever, or the patient had a lot of abraded enamel because of attrition or acidic attacks or whatever the fluid intake they take, and I don't have enough enamel, when I prepared my preparation, I'm in dentine, I should not stop here. I should continue to cover it as a partial coverage crown. So partial coverage crowns applies for anterior teeth as well, and where I leave the palatal surface intact, and I follow the rules here that we're following here. So wherever there is a contact, I have to go over the contact. I should not stop in the middle because the contact area needs cleanability. The contact between restorative material and natural enamel is the area where cement is, and this is the area where we have fluid attack and later secondary caries if we have problems with caries. Okay, so first so I have to go beyond with my preparation beyond the contact area. Okay, this is one. Second difference, okay, is the resistance form. After I finish all of this is regular crown preparation, nothing different. Okay, even here I have my regular crown. This is a functional cusp. This is 1.5 and this is 2 millimeters. Okay, reduction from, sorry, 2 millimeters reduction from the original. So this is all regular crown preparation. The exception is placing grooves. The groove we're going to place here, we're going to place a groove that doesn't touch, should not touch the finish line. It's above the finish line. Okay, it comes as a tapered groove. It's not parallel, it's a bit tapered. So I begin with a parallel bare, but then I bring my tapered bare. I leave this as a ledge, but then I flush this surface with the external enamel. So this creates resistance form. It increases the bulk of the material at the edge, and it provides me with the resistance. It resists the crown going to this direction. Okay, I will do the same thing on the other side, and in between them I'm going to do like a ledge or a slot here. That's also, this is around 1 millimeter depth, and another slot and the lingual inclination of the facial cusp. I'm going to do another groove connecting this groove with the other groove on the other side. So it's like a connection, thicken, like a channel, runs away from the finish line. It's not on the finish line, it's above the finish line by 1 millimeter. It's tapered, it's flush with the labial surface, but not with a ledge in the lingual. Okay, because I want resistance, I want like a step. And then this groove goes over the occlusal surface and connects the other one on the other side. So that's the only difference from crown preparation. Yes, on the other side. So suppose this is my crown preparation. Okay, this is a regular crown preparation, but suppose I'm doing it for a 3/4 crown. The first difference is that I'm keeping the buckle intact. The second difference that I'm going beyond the contact. The third thing is I'm going to place a slot here, a groove, then a slot here, and it goes to the other side. Okay, it connects all of this. So the metal here, or the whatever restoration material I'm using, it will be a bit thick at the edge. The thickness will not come from the occlusal, it will come from going into the dentine. So this groove is connected on both sides. What will happen is this groove will resist the tilt of the restoration material in the area where we don't have retention, or the area of resistance, and this is a functional cusp, by the way, so I need resistance against this direction. Okay, going a little. Understand it?
Yes.
So this is the difference in preparation.
قديش بيكون الدبث؟
الدبth preparation regular chamfer.
الجروف.
الgroove, no, it's after I finish my dentine core, I should go in 1 millimeter at least. 1 millimeter. It's a thin bare groove.
The grooves.
Yes.
يعني it's not like مش مستطيل يعني مش 90 degrees
No.
صح؟
If I'm going to look at it occlusally, this is the tooth. Suppose this is, okay, let's do another one. Okay, this is our tooth. Suppose it's a premolar. Okay. Okay, I'm keeping this intact. Okay, I'm looking at it occlusally.
Okay.
I prepared this as a chamfer. Okay, this is a chamfer preparation all around, and I stopped here. This is the ledge where I stopped. Okay, beyond the contact point, and I have a ledge here. Okay, where am I going to place my groove?
Here.
It will be 1 millimeter beyond here. This is the first step. I do a groove. Okay, this groove I flush it with this surface. I flush it using the flamed bare, but here I leave it as a ledge, so it's rounded. Okay,
Okay.
it's wider at the occlusal than close to the finish line. Done. And then where is the slot that we place facially? It will connect this one with this one. I'll go in the occlusal surface, another groove that goes horizontally, and it meets this with this. And what's the function of this? All of this will resist the movement of the partial coverage crown into this direction. It's the resistance form. This is where we get resistance from. Okay, thank you.